This month, we journey through time at the National Museum of Qatar. We experience and feel the true magic of the world's most advanced sports arena, Lusail Stadium. And we sit down with one of Mexico's most colourful FIFA World Cup characters, Luis Hernández. When Qatar won the right to host the FIFA World Cup back in 2010, work began in earnest on a new city, 23 kilometres north of Doha. In 12 years, Lusail has been transformed from arid desert into a landscape of marinas, residential areas and island resorts, all set around an exciting contemporary skyline.
10 years ago there wasn't much. Now it is in essence a full city. Parts of it are still under development and construction, but it's growing very quickly and it's being populated. It's a very futuristic city. Lots of smart systems that help with signage, wayfinding, security, traffic. Also a very sustainable city with lots of energy control and measures to conserve energy expenditure, lots of open green spaces. Really a futuristic vision that's now unfolding in front of our eyes.
The centrepiece of this new city is Lusail Stadium, the last piece of the jigsaw in the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 stadium offering. On the 9th of September, with 72 days to go until the tournament kicks off in Qatar, the stadium was put to its first official test. The most advanced stadium in the world hosted the Lusail Super Cup, featuring the Saudi Pro League winners Al Hilal and the Egyptian Premier League winners Zamalek in front of 77,000 spectators. It was a proud yet poignant moment for Hassan Al-Thawadi, the Secretary General of the Supreme Committee for Delivery and Legacy.
The activities or the celebration around Lusail Stadium, of course it's the last stadium that will be utilized or will be showcased. It's a bittersweet moment, honestly. It's bittersweet in the sense that first, it's going to be, at least for me personally, it's going to be done in memory of Engineer Al-Thawadi, who unfortunately just recently passed away, and who oversaw all of the construction of the stadiums, and in particular Lusail Stadium. But having said that as well, it'll be a celebration of his life, and more importantly, a celebration of the final stadium, which will be hosting the final of the World Cup. And if you see it, I think you'll realize and the fans will come to appreciate that it's not just a stadium, it is truly a work of art.
Lusail Stadium's design reflects the handcrafted bowls found across the Arab and Islamic world during the rise of civilization, while interplays of light mirror the fanar lanterns of the region. Within the traditional exterior, which blends into the surroundings, the arena is an architectural masterpiece packed with the most advanced technology, which offers spectators an intimate experience.
Lusail is a premium sports venue at the heart of it. All the architecture and the glamour of the building aside, it is a football lover's dream. As you can see, standing here at the edge of the field of play, we are at the minimum distance from the first row of seating in the lower tier. So very compact, very intimate, a football experience, a viewing experience that would only be found in much smaller stadiums.
1 month prior to the Lusail Cup event, this iconic stadium played host to a local QNB Stars League match between two of Qatar's most supported clubs, Al Arabi and Al Rayyan. Iceland international Aron Gunnarsson, who featured at the 2018 FIFA World Cup, was one of the first players to get a real feel for the stadium.
Yeah, it's a fantastic stadium. I played in some amazing stadiums before, Old Trafford, Anfield. This dome is absolutely fantastic. I was a bit shocked when I walked into the stadium to begin with, but what a great stadium.
As the players enjoyed the immaculate playing surface, the supporters enjoyed the ultimate fan experience.
Everything went smoothly since we entered the borders, and even whilst moving around the city. The metro, accessing the stadium, everything went well. It was a great experience and a great rehearsal for the World Cup.
بروفة ممتازة لكأس العالم إن الله أعطانا عمر.
The last step is right now to make sure that the last and final touches are put into place, and this really relates to the fan experience, really making the country ready, giving it a festive feel, and making sure that all the entertainment is in place to welcome the fans.
With the final stadium test complete, Lusail is all set to host 10 FIFA World Cup matches, including the final on December the 18th, in what will be a very proud moment for the state of Qatar and for every single individual involved in creating this extraordinary sports arena.
The word iconic is used very often. I believe that iconic is something that a building achieves after it's had people in it. People make places iconic. Experiences make places iconic. So many complicated factors that went into planning this building, right from where it's situated all the way through to its architectural vision, the way it operates, the way it's going to receive 100,000 people, including workforce and staff, as well as the spectators, of course. All of that was, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for everybody, myself included, who worked on this project for the last 10 years, to really make the experience that will happen here between November and December of this year of 2022 something that would stand out in history.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is a tournament for everyone. The most people-focused edition of the event ever held, accessible for all spectators. Audio descriptive commentary involves a more detailed narration of events for people who cannot see the match or what's happening in the stadium. It means that blind and partially sighted football supporters are not isolated and are able to have a more rewarding experience. Previously, on Qatar Monthly, we met young blind Palmeiras fan Nicolas Greco at the FIFA Club World Cup. He developed a real passion for football thanks to his mother Sylvia, who began narrating matches to Nicolas and who received a special FIFA Fan Award for Best Football Supporter in 2019.
Agradeço muito à FIFA por essa indicação.
I would like to thank FIFA for this award and for the opportunity to remind the world that disabled people need to be loved, respected, and more than ever, included.
Since Sylvia won that special award, technology has enabled audio descriptive commentary to become more accessible through a mobile device application. Yet the skill set and training remain the same.
Audio description commentary is designed to allow people with a vision impairment, whether they're fully blind or partially blind, to enjoy and follow football more accurately with more description.
Ikrami Ahmed was born blind, but the 32-year-old Egyptian was able to follow the matches by using the audio descriptive service at the FIFA Club World Cup and the FIFA Arab Cup last December.
It's nice for a blind person to be able to attend these matches and enjoy them, and to get the same experience and feeling as a person without visual impairment. So we are all equal.
The aim, according to the trainers, isn't just to describe the on-field action for the blind and partially sighted, but to deliver a full experience, narrating the atmosphere that accompanies the matches.
It's difficult for people to comprehend what a partially sighted or a blind person would want from a commentary, because you and I that are able-sighted, we take our eyesight for granted. So we're not really sure when they enter the room what they're about to experience. So it's my job to kind of make sure they understand what it is that a blind spectator needs from a football match or any sporting occasion for you to be able to describe it to them. And that's not to deviate from any information that's happening on the field. It's not to tell any stories from elsewhere. It's to follow the action. And we do take that for granted. When we're watching football live on television, when we're watching sporting events, we do listen to something else, or the commentators will talk about something completely irrelevant to what's happening there and then. It's my job to educate the people who come to this cause on how important it is to stay focused on what's happening in front of them and talk about what's happening in front of them.
there's a lot of fantastic fans that love football and like to attend the football stadiums who are actually visually impaired. But from this program, we are learning those set of skills that will deliver the excitement of football that every football fan has to experience in these stadiums. So from this program, being coached and being trained by very experienced coaches coming from England and coming all the way here to Qatar to train us to be football commentators during the World Cup for which visual impaired fans, it's something very exciting, and it will have also a huge fan base here in the region.
Audio descriptive commentary has garnered great interest and support over recent years and will be more accessible than ever at the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
During the FIFA World Cup, every stadium will have an audio describer, so every kick of the ball during the World Cup will be able to be listened to by somebody who's blind or vision impaired. That's remarkable. It's never happened in Arabic. It'll have English commentary as well, but it means every single kick of the World Cup can be followed.
Qatar has gone through a rapid transformation in the last decade. For many whose visit dates back 10 years or more, the country is unrecognisable. One of the host of new features is the National Museum of Qatar that documents Qatar's long and rich history.
This museum opened its doors in 2019. It was established to tell the story of Qatar going back 400 million years to present day, ending with a gallery for Qatar today. There are 11 galleries in total, with different sections that tell us the story of Qatar throughout its history.
French architect Jean Nouvel designed the complex shape of the new National Museum of Qatar, which is inspired by one of the natural beauties of Qatar's arid desert regions.
When work began in 2009, it was decided that the design of the National Museum should be in the shape of our desert rose that has taken millennia to develop. It has a set of crystals to protect its shape from the salt and sand. All in all, the identity of Qatar is similar to this desert rose that grows in the desert and has stood the test of time and prevailed for thousands of years despite the heat.
كان شيء ضروري ان يكون تصميم متحف قطار الوطني يمثل هوية قطرية.
The museum first opened its doors in 1975, a modest exhibition by today's standards. The magnificent new structure ends with the old museum to preserve history in every aspect.
The museum is located at the gate of the Corniche, which is also close to our international airport. We wanted passengers on approaching aeroplanes to have the chance to view the National Museum, and so do people arriving from the Corniche area, from Ras Abu Abud, or from any area south of Doha. In this way, the National Museum would be visible, as it is located at a strategic point. It catches your eye and invites you to come in and learn about the history of Qatar.
We are Brazilian tourists and we have just arrived in Doha. We love the city and are excited about the World Cup. This huge museum has amazed us. We absolutely love visiting the National Museum of Qatar.
The interactive nature of the 11 galleries provides visitors with a unique opportunity to experience life as it has been over the last 6 centuries.
So when you enter any of the galleries of the National Museum of Qatar, you can touch, hear, see and feel everything from that period. All those details have been included to make people feel like they have taken a trip back in time. There are rooms where you can even smell the oil or oud. There is another room where you can hear the sounds of typical animals of Qatar. This is a unique experience for our visitors.
Inclusivity has been at the heart of all exhibitions. There are also 6 children's galleries to keep the younger ones entertained, and maybe the more mature visitors as well.
I really love that they have the Braille and the tactile things for people who may not typically go to a museum, and then it seems kind of silly, but the little kids areas for the kids to play and stuff, it's fun for adults too.
The compact nature of Qatar will give fans the opportunity to attend more games than ever, but make sure you set aside a few hours in between matches to visit one of the most striking museums the world over.
During the World Cup, people from all around the world will come and visit our country. Most of them will probably know about Qatar's recent history. The role of our museum is to provide them with information about the whole history of Qatar, of the Persian Gulf area. In this way, the Western world will be able to see what Qatar has gone through to get where it is now.
Back in March, the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 volunteer programme was launched, giving people from all corners of the world a chance to become part of the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. In a show broadcast to the world from Qatar Cultural Village in Doha, over 3,000 eager candidates got a taste and understanding of the rewards of volunteering. There were stories from those with previous experience, inspirational words from remarkable individuals, and an address from FIFA President Gianni Infantino. In September, an incredibly motivated group of around 16,000 volunteers, who'd been chosen from hundreds of thousands of applicants, were selected to attend the official orientation event in Lusail Stadium.
I really wanted to be a volunteer for the World Cup. I didn't want to miss my chance.
I'm feeling so happy, because I've been here 13 years and I want to give back to society.
I'm so excited to meet so many people from all over the world and to get to see the matches and just be like in the vibe. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm so excited to meet the other volunteers because it's our first time being here all together. And they said it's the first time they're going to show the volunteer uniform, so I'm so excited for that.
The largest of the host venues for the upcoming FIFA World Cup served as a fitting backdrop for this important milestone gathering. The festive ceremony, which marked the first time that all selected volunteers had been assembled together for the formal start of their training journey, was a momentous opportunity to reflect on the road ahead.
The volunteer is the heart of everything you do in every event. I mean, like with every mega event. For us, I mean, like we're excited. It's like a big milestone with 80 days to go to the event. I mean, like launching the orientation for the volunteer. And so we can kick off the training, the specific training and the different training that they need to get. So for us, I mean, like this is one of the key milestones. And you can see, I mean, like the excitement of the fans and the diversity of them. I mean, like it's a very big number, and you can see like there's more than 150 nationalities that are actually part of this program.
For me as a player, I literally am thankful to have the experiences, the way they treated me, my family, having the conversations and becoming friends. You know, so they play a massive role, and also I think it's nice that they can be appreciated. And tonight was pretty special to have this event, DJs and everyone to enjoy it. So really excited for them to enjoy it just as much as the fans and also the players, but to recognise how important they are.
A much anticipated highlight of the evening was the official volunteer uniform reveal, which garnered impromptu cheers from the appreciative crowd. For many, this was the confirmation that they were part of a very special community, and the realisation that their efforts at the FIFA World Cup in Qatar would contribute to the most inclusive event ever, helping to connect people from all cultures and backgrounds through the game of football.
The fact that I'm volunteering, I was a part of this event, I was I'm part of the uniform review. It feels amazing, and the importance of this event is to bring everyone together, all the 20,000 volunteers, and just give them a taste of what it feels like to be part of such a huge international event. It's very important to come together to show the world that we are doing this in Qatar, and it's going to be huge and amazing.
In the latest of our FIFA World Cup Ambassador series, we sit down with one of Latin America's most recognizable characters of a bygone age, Mexico's Luis Hernández.
Y hoy ser embajador es un privilegio, es un orgullo, es un honor.
It's a huge privilege and honor to be an ambassador for this tournament. I'm delighted to have the role, and I feel a great deal of responsibility to do a good job. I'm very happy to be able to represent not only my country and the people back home, but also the whole of FIFA. Well, I had the chance to play in 2 World Cups and managed to achieve wonderful things with my national team. I would like to be able to share my experiences with everyone and inspire all young people around the world to dream of one day playing in a FIFA World Cup themselves.
Now 53, El Matador was once known for his long blonde hair as well as his scoring prowess. Hernández made his international debut aged 26 against Uruguay in February 1996. Despite his late international arrival, Hernández went on to net 35 goals in his 85 international caps, the 4th highest Mexican national team scorer of all time.
Mi primer recuerdo de la Copa Mundial fue en el...
My first memory of the FIFA World Cup was in 1978 in Argentina. I remember more than anything else liking the music and being struck by the passion of the Argentina players. It wasn't great for my beloved Mexico, but from Argentina 78, I remember always dreaming of playing in a World Cup.
Me ilusionó siempre poder estar en algún mundial.
20 years later, he realized his dream and made sure he would replace the painful memories of Mexico's poor run in 1978 with the 4 great goals he scored in France 98.
Mi favorito es el de que le meto a la selección de Holanda. Fue el 2-2 y fue un...
My favorite goal is the one I scored against Holland. It was the equalizing goal, bringing us to 2-2. Claudio Suarez sent a ball over the top to our striker, Ricardo Peláez, from deep in our own half. Ricardo Peláez jumped for it, won the flick on, and I challenged with Jaap Stam, a world-class defender for the loose ball. I won the duel, and I shot when Van der Sar came to close me down, tucking the ball past him. When I saw the ball hit the back of the net, it was amazing. I started running towards the corner flag. I slid on the ground, and I saw all of my teammates running towards me to celebrate.
Abrazamos y yo creo que ese para mí es el gol histórico para mí.
As fantastic as France 98 was for Hernández and co, they failed to reach the last 8, bowing out to Germany in the round of 16. Mexico have reached the FIFA World Cup quarter-final stage twice, in 1970 and 1986. On both occasions, they were hosting the event. Their passionate fans have cried out for Match 5 in every tournament since.
Bueno, acerca del quinto partido para la selección de México.
For the Mexican players and fans, we view it as a challenge to reach the 5th game, or the quarterfinals. It's a hurdle that we need to overcome. We've fallen well short in multiple World Cups, particularly recent ones. But Mexican fans dream of winning a quarter-final. For the players, they're just focused on reaching the next round. But yes, winning in the quarters is something that the fans continue to dream about.
Para el aficionado, algo que es una cuenta pendiente.
Perhaps this dream may be realized in the tournament's most compact edition ever.
Lo maravilloso de la Copa Mundial de FIFA Qatar.
The wonderful thing about the Qatar FIFA World Cup is that all the stadia are very close to each other. And fans will have the chance to go to not 1, but 2 games. And this is the first time that this has been the case in a World Cup.
Por primera vez en alguna Copa del Mundo.
Mexican fans are amongst the largest group of ticket buyers for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Their first-round group matches against Poland, Argentina and Saudi Arabia are some of the most sought-after tickets of the group stage.
Los aficionados mexicanos deberán esperar y
Traveling Mexican fans should expect And I honestly believe this will be the case to receive an incredible welcome. Why? Because the people who live here, the volunteers working at the tournament, and FIFA itself will ensure that Mexican fans will receive a warm welcome and enjoy their stay.
Y tener una muy buena presencia para todos los aficionados mexicanos.
Mexico will co-host the next edition with their two North American neighbours, Canada and the United States, in what will be the first 48-team FIFA World Cup. Would Hernández dare predict who will be crowned champions on Qatar's National Day, the 18th of December 2022?
Decir algún equipo para ser campeón de la Copa.
I would need to be a fortune teller to predict the winner of the 2022 Qatar World Cup. But I think Brazil, Germany and Argentina are most likely to win.
La idea de que pueda ser o Brasil, o Alemania, o Argentina.
Next month, David Beckham shares with us his passion for football. We gain exclusive access to Aspire Academy. And we explore the spectacular Lusail Stadium, where the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 will begin.